So, I'm embarrassed to say this, but gotta be honest, okay? Dummy. We timed the motor upside down, basically, okay? It's 180 degrees out, that's why it sounded funny. So if we look down here, okay, there's a little intermediate shaft. Look down in there. Down here on this side right here. Yep. All right. There's a little space mark. I don't know if you could see that in timing. It's yeah, it's just that little mark right there. Yep, you can see that right there. That's for the intermediate shaft. That's supposed to be facing up as it is now. And then with the cams, they gotta be, you gotta see this right here. This is upside down, the DRC, and then the number 268, it's supposed to be flipped around the other way. So long story short, we're 180 degrees at a time. That's why I sound like old chopper. So we're gonna fix that. Okay, we're gonna fix that right now. Get that situated, and it should sound a lot better. My tuner says though he does see it looks like a vacuum leak. Gotta figure out that because everything seems fine. Once we fix this and try to start it, see how much better it sounds. Hopefully it idles now, and then we'll go from there. Yep. They do it. All right, fire it up again. Not bad. All right, so we're currently on the way. We're gonna go drop these injectors off. We're gonna sit there and then hopefully we're gonna retry it in a little bit and see if anything is different. Hope. I mean, if not, you know, at least we know that the injectors will be 1000%. So we're gonna see where they're sitting at because they sat for a year. So I don't know. I had them in a box, but it's possible that, bro, there was some debris in there or something. So, all right, so we got the injectors back, and so here we are. We're sitting there. I put them in. We went and got them flow tested and cleaned yesterday. Shout out to Chris, Vendetta Motors. He hooked it up, got it clean. He's got a great profile, eBay profile as well. He sells all sorts of parts. I was able to pick up some AN fittings. Like I want to change one over here, so got some AN fittings from him as well. So shout out to him. Great guy, amazing guy, fully recommend. So he got it hooked up, like I said, and we're gonna go ahead and test these. But first, as you see, I'm looking rough. So we gotta get the haircut. After we get the haircut, we're gonna test these things, and then what we're gonna go ahead and do is from there we're gonna pull the motor. Because no matter what, at this point, I think it's just time because I think timing is off. I might have messed up with the intermediate shaft down in the bottom, and the only way to get to that, if you know, you got to pull out the whole trans, and because it's the all-wheel drive trans, it's going to be so much harder. So I'm just going to pull everything, call it a day, because I don't even want to deal with it. So we're going to get that pulled out, and then we're going to see if we can retime the motor and then go from there. Hopefully it'll be running and idling just fine. All right, now it's time to go ahead and go through the pain. We're gonna get the injectors in, and then we ain't even gonna start it. We're not even gonna worry about it, because now we got some issue. For some reason, computer's not connecting to the laptop, and I think I have to send that in, because I tried all the steps that ECU Master told me and everything, but I think at this point we gotta send it in. So we're just gonna get them put in so that no debris gets in place, and then let's pull the motor out, and let's get it situated. right, she's all out, ready to go. Now time to clean her up. Oof, a little bit of stuff in there. That ain't good. We gotta fix up. I'm gonna reseal this up. So it was slight little drip, so I think it's because this was hitting a little, and so it's causing it. So I think if we turn it at the right angle, it should be good, but we'll see. You know, I gotta say, I'm actually kind of excited to just see how bad I messed up, or didn't, or whatever, because it's crazy, man. But I did do this. It was like 2 a.m. I think I finished the time somewhere around there when I was doing it. So I guess it's one of them things that it's supposed to happen, because I was too tired. It's beyond my bedtime. I've been snoozing by then, but oh well. All right, so here it is. Here we go. Let's do it. All right, so we're back at it today, and I forgot to share with you this important detail yesterday. So remember when I would start the car, I was making that funny noise, I almost sounded like it was grounding, and my brother and I, we thought maybe it's the throwout bearing, but I also didn't know how that possibly would have went bad, because it was perfect before we the car blew up. So when I pulled this apart, I noticed, wow, there's scratching on the inside of the transmission. But I'm like, what the heck? All of a sudden, I picked up this piece right here, found this. This right here is part of the wastegate, all right, the wastegate gasket. So some way, somehow, this got in there, and I had the transmission together when, I believe, when I did the wastegate. So I remember it dropping, and I believe it was in the engine bay. But some way, somehow, dropped in and got in there, and that's what that noise was. So yeah, but right now, we're gonna go ahead and let's start doing this timing. Out here doing a valve cover gasket on the slow Jetta, and I forgot how much is involved with these stock cars to be able to just access and do stuff. It's ridiculous. So had to pull off the entire bumper, remove the bolts, be able to slide, you know, the whole clip forward just to be able to access these bolts down here to pull it forward. All right, then I had to take off all the vacuum stuff in the back, which is ridiculous. Throttle body, I took off throttle body. I didn't have to, but I would have had to undo all the coolant hoses and whatever if I didn't do it that way. All right, remove this, you know, ugly intake pipe. Now here we go, just to pull the intake, just to be able to do a simple valve cover gasket job. It's ridiculous. Now look at over here at the modified Jetta, okay? All we do is come up over, unbolt, call it a day. Like, they could have just done this from the beginning, but of course, you know how companies work. They try to make all the money, and they don't want to make stuff easy. Like, what's the point? Why would you wrap an intake all the way around anyways? Could have had a factory small little short runner intake, and they could have made the inlet over here. Could have made it anywhere. Could have been like a small little come up and over. They could have done anything. They had the room. Did this craziness. Oh well. Let's put it back together and get it going. time to move on to the king, okay? All right, let's go. We're gonna get this back in there. But I think the easiest way to do this, be smartest, so I don't leak any more oil than I already did. That's what all that nasty mess is. Let's go ahead and pull off the angle box. Throw it down at a crazy angle. Pop it on there. Obviously, you got to put the clutch on first, which I'm about to do. And after I do that, we'll slide it on, getting it back in. And then we're going to see if we can start it and get it going again, okay? And it's got to be right this time. It's got to be. I know I did it 1,000% correct. It wasn't 2 a.m. doing it. So that's a perfect lesson. It's 2 a.m. Just quit. I mean, unless you're that guy, right? Unless you can focus that well. But I don't know. Did something really stupid. So, nevertheless, let's go ahead. Let's do this time lapse. Knocking out this clutch. You know what time it is? That guy. I'm just kind of mentally prepared because these clutch masters like getting the splines to go in, it is always hell. So let us pray. Thank you, Lord. Let's do it. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. If it wasn't for my wife, okay, she actually stopped what she's doing. She always does that. And said she would help. You know, that's such a beautiful thing. So here we go. Now we're gonna get this all bolted in, baby. Get it lined up. I gotta just twist it. I'm gonna lift it and then get it going. And then after this, gotta do the oil cooler one more time because I'm gonna shave down, I guess, the end fitting a little or something because it's too close. Yes, we are there. Yep, so we're gonna go ahead and start going crazy, throwing it all back together now. You know, I know I did it right this time. That means we can start it and probably take it around the block. You know what I'm saying? You know, a little something. You know, we're ready for that. Still all-wheel drive again. However, it is built motor, so we gotta be easy. We gotta break it in. You know what I'm saying? Because we gotta do the oil change and all that. And then on top of it, like I said, I gotta send my ECU back because it's not connecting to my laptop right now. So they told me to send it in. We're gonna go ahead and do that. And then after it comes back, we can go ahead and really have some fun. And maybe we could get the pass of a lifetime that we've been dreaming for in this thing within the next 2 months. I don't know. All right, y'all. Appreciate y'all. Thank you for watching. See you next time.